Just a few months ago, scientists finally uncovered the truth behind Mel's Hole, a mysterious, seemingly bottomless pit in eastern Washington that has baffled locals for years.
Buried deep in the hills of eastern Washington keeps resurfacing, a bottomless pit said to be a pathway to the paranormal.
What makes this crater so unusual is that nothing appears to drop into it that ever seems to reach the bottom. And why did it attract unusual activity, including helicopters? Let's start. The story begins in the remote hills of eastern Washington, where Mel Waters owned land with a strange and unsettling feature, a circular pit lined with a stone retaining wall, extending about 15 feet below ground. Beyond the wall, the hole dug through dirt and bedrock, leading into a darkness that seemed endless. No one remembered when the hole wasn't there, and its bottom was never found. What made this pit truly bizarre was its silence. Anything dropped into it made no sound, no splash or crash, just complete quiet. Sounds from above didn't echo back either, as if the hole absorbed all vibrations. This defied basic physics, since even the deepest caves usually produce some sound reflection. Mel's Hole seemed to swallow sound itself. The strangeness went deeper. Animals, including Mel's normally loyal dogs, were terrified of the hole. They refused to approach, resisting strongly if led near it, sensing something wrong. This fear extended to all animals in the area, which was strange since animals tend to be curious about new places. The most disturbing tale came from a neighbor who said he had disposed of his deceased hunting dog in the pit. He later saw a dog matching its description running in the woods, as if alive and chasing something. This eerie story hinted at far-reaching and unsettling truths tied to the pit. What do you make of the story about the dog disappearing into the pit and then seemingly returning alive? Could it be true? Why? Comment and chat with me. Mel Waters couldn't ignore the mystery of the pit on his property. Curious, he used his experience as a former shark fisherman to conduct experiments. To test for water, he threaded a lifesaver candy onto his fishing line and lowered it 1,500 feet into the pit. After several hours, the candy remained intact, showing no signs of water at that depth, raising more questions. Next, Mel sought to measure the pit's depth. He lowered a 1-pound lead weight attached to his fishing line, spool after spool. He kept adding lines until he had used an astonishing 80,000 feet, over 15 miles. Despite this, the weight never touched the bottom. When Mel shared his story on the late-night radio show Coast to Coast AM, hosted by Art Bell, the audience was fascinated but skeptical. Some believed the line was taut due to its weight rather than depth. Others thought the line should have snapped under such strain long before reaching that length. More scientific listeners suggested verifying the line's weight per foot or using radar technology to measure the pit. One caller disturbingly suggested testing with a live animal, but Art Bell quickly rejected this as inhumane. The host even joked about lowering a volunteer down the pit for a first-hand look. Mel, however, warned of dangers below, including extreme heat, pressure changes, and toxic gases. These experiments and theories only deepened the mystery surrounding Mel's Hole. These early tests only deepened the mystery, but what would happen if the phenomena crossed into government awareness? Mel Waters' story took a dark turn when his property began attracting attention from government agencies. Helicopters frequently hovered overhead, and men in suits asked questions around town. Mel claimed officials told him he could no longer live there, forcing him to sell his land. The new owners were allegedly connected to the government, and access to the hole was immediately restricted. Before losing his property, Mel made a puzzling discovery. Among the old coins he collected, one dime stood out. It was minted in 1943, a year when no Roosevelt dimes were made due to wartime metal shortages. Even stranger, the coin had a B mint mark, though no U.S. mint city begins with that letter. When Mel showed the coin to a dealer, the expert was baffled and offered a large sum. But before the sale, Treasury Department agents confiscated the coin for an undisclosed investigation, and Mel never saw it again. This marked the start of what Mel believed was an effort to suppress information about Mel's Hole. Researcher Richard C. Hoagland suggested the coin might be from a parallel dimension or alternate timeline, implying the hole could be a portal between realities. Government interest reportedly extended beyond confiscating evidence. Satellite images of Mel's former property showed anomalies. Coast-to-coast dam listeners using public satellite data found the area appeared digitally altered or obscured. The TerraServer database displayed inconsistent aerial imagery around the site. This digital manipulation suggested a coordinated effort to hide the hole from public view. Art Bell, the show's host, said that after interviews, TV crews visiting the area reported military presence in new restricted zones that hadn't existed before. What began as a local mystery had grown into a story filled with secretive government involvement and unexplained phenomena. Why would authorities go to such lengths to hide the hole's existence? The answer might be in what Mel discovered next. Before continuing, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, please hit the notification bell and subscribe. It helps this channel so much. And if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Deal? The story grew stranger when Mel claimed to find a second bottomless pit in Nevada. This discovery came after Native Americans from a Nevada reservation contacted him following his coast-to-coast AM interviews. They were interested in his research on unusual plant properties near anomalous sites. In September of 2001, Mel met these tribal members skilled in plant-based medicine. They shared their mysterious hole, located in a village where Basque families had raised sheep since the 1800s. This pit was a spiritual focal point, part of local traditions for generations. The Nevada hole was about 9 feet wide, like Mel's original pit, but had a metal collar instead of a stone wall. The collar emitted a unique warmth, described as gentle radiation that energized rather than burned. This hole also appeared to swallow sound. Sounds above it were reportedly completely absorbed, and striking the metal rim made no noise. The silence was said to be oppressive, as if the hole consumed something deeper than sound. Animals reportedly feared this pit too. Livestock avoided grazing nearby, wild animals steered clear, and even insects stayed away. Locals reported seeing a mysterious black beam resembling one seen at Mel's Washington hole. The Basque community developed traditions and theories over decades. They believed the hole thinned the boundary between worlds where normal physics didn't always apply. Stories tell of objects thrown and returning altered, and of strange dreams experienced by those near the edge. This second pit shared many eerie qualities with Mel's original discovery, deepening the mystery and suggesting forces beyond current understanding. If one hole defies explanation, what secrets might a second hold, especially one tied to ancient traditions? At the Nevada site, Mel and the villagers conducted unusual experiments to understand the hole. They lowered a bucket of store-bought ice about 1,500 feet down, while keeping an identical bucket on the surface as a control. They waited until the surface ice melted halfway before retrieving the bucket from the pit. The results challenged known physics. The ice from the pit hadn't melted but felt lukewarm and stayed solid. Even stranger, when held, this lukewarm ice remained solid. Testing further, they placed the ice over a fire expecting it to melt, but reportedly it ignited. The solid, warm ice caught fire, burning with a steady but subdued flame that produced real heat. Mel said the bucket of burning ice continued to burn for months and might still have been burning when he told the story on the radio. A Basque villager reportedly took some home, using it as a winter heat source requiring no fuel or upkeep, essentially a perpetual heater. However, the ice didn't always transform. The process worked only about 1/3 of the time. Sometimes the ice returned to normal, other times it had these unusual properties. This inconsistency suggested that unknown factors affected the transformation. The discovery raised intriguing questions. If the hole could change matter so drastically, turning ice into a burning solid, what else might it alter? And what kind of energy could cause such changes? These experiments deepened the mystery of the hole and its possible powers. The burning ice experiment suggested the hole could alter matter's fundamental properties, but villagers wanted to explore its effects on living tissue. They planned an experiment involving a live sheep. From the start, it seemed animals sensed the hole's danger. The sheep resisted strongly and showed signs of distress beyond typical behavior. Its vocalizations were described as unusually intense. It appeared to understand the situation and struggled. Unable to continue with the sheep conscious, the villagers temporarily subdued it and placed it in a wooden crate attached to a cable for lowering into the pit. The sheep soon regained consciousness and became agitated, thrashing within the crate. When positioned over the pit, all sound ceased. Although the sheep's movements continued, its vocalizations were completely silenced by the hole's sound-absorbing effect. This eerie experience deeply unsettled those present. Lowered about 1,500 feet, the sheep struggled at first, but by halfway down, all movement stopped. The crate was held at depth for 30 minutes to observe any effects. Upon raising the crate, no visible changes were seen outside. Inside, however, the sheep was found deceased. Externally, it appeared normal, with no obvious injuries. A closer examination revealed unexpected findings that surprised those involved. This reported experiment highlighted the hole's mysterious influence on living beings and raised many questions about its nature. Inside the sheep, they found signs of intense internal heat, as if cooked from within, despite no external burns. The organs showed extreme heat exposure, but this was overshadowed by a stranger discovery. A large tumorous growth pulsed rhythmically, filled with a gel-like substance. When cut open, it revealed a living creature about 18 inches long, resembling a hybrid of a fetus and a seal. It had flippers and human-like intelligent eyes. Connected by an umbilical cord, the creature appeared parasitic or symbiotic. Remarkably, the creature seemed alive and aware. It looked at Mel and the group with reverence, seeming to understand their presence. Witnesses felt it tried to communicate telepathically. One Basque villager wanted to kill it, seeing it as unnatural, but the group refused. The creature detached itself, crawled to the table's edge, and looked at Mel with deep understanding. Mel placed it on the ground. It nodded slowly in acknowledgement. Without prompting, it turned and purposefully returned to the hole. Witnesses silently watched this unusual being willingly go back to the depths. The experience left everyone shaken, challenging their beliefs about biology and reality. They returned the sheep's remains to the hole, feeling it was right to restore balance. Mel later shared he had been diagnosed with terminal esophageal cancer before the trip, given 6 months to live. After the encounter, medical exams reportedly found no trace of the disease. Mel believed the creature might have influenced his healing. Before leaving Nevada, a Basque elder who regarded the hole as sacred gave Mel a small red envelope. Inside was another 1943 Roosevelt dime, identical to one confiscated years earlier, linking his Nevada experience to his Washington discovery. This surreal experience deepened the mystery surrounding the holes and their strange powers. Could this creature be a link between our world and something entirely beyond our understanding? And what happened to Mel afterward? In December 2002, Mel returned to Coast AM with updates about the Nevada burning ice and the mysterious hole. Military helicopters were reportedly flying over the village, and the hole's metallic collar displayed a strange property. It became invisible beyond about 50 feet. Similarly, the 1943 dime disappeared at 15 feet and wouldn't appear on cameras or scanners. The burning ice, initially used as a constant heat source, proved more dangerous than expected. A Basque resident using it in his cabin experienced severe dryness and unquenchable thirst. Steam from boiling water lingered near the stove and seemed absorbed by the burning ice. The stove eventually sank through the floor by a foot, yet the man continued to use it due to extreme cold. Soon his cabin began crumbling into dry dust, destroyed by an unknown force linked to the ice. Forced to abandon his home, he later returned to find the stove had sunk 4 more feet, leaving behind a smooth, but glassy surface as the Earth's molecular structure appeared altered. Mel alerted a government official, who responded quickly. A large team with cranes and specialized machinery arrived, but struggled to remove the stove, fused into the ground. Using chains, water, and coordinated crane work, they finally extracted it under strict secrecy and transported it to a secure location. Mel compared this dangerous ice to Kurt Vonnegut's fictional Ice 9, a substance that could freeze all Earth's water and threaten life. Both defied physics, altered matter, and posed potential catastrophic risks, deepening the mystery around the burning ice and the enigmatic holes. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Mel's hole and the secrets of the universe, smash that like button to show your support. As the Nevada situation escalated, Mel felt constantly watched and feared returning to the holes, worried authorities might discover secret locations. The Basque villagers informed him that the creature from the dead sheep had returned multiple times and reportedly communicated with them through radio equipment near the hole. Although villagers interpreted this as language, recordings only captured random tones. Mel speculated the creature might be a rock flyer, a legendary being said to travel between dimensions and guard underground realms. According to villagers, the creature warned about the burning ice's potential to destabilize Earth's physical laws. It also revealed that extraterrestrials were monitoring humanity, anticipating self-destruction, and planning to use substances like burning ice to reshape Earth. The creature purportedly explained that burning ice is a cosmic phenomenon linked to the downfall of many civilizations that misused it, suggesting humanity might follow a similar path. In December 2002, Mel shared these disturbing messages on Coast to Coast AM, expressing isolation and fear. Shortly after, he vanished without a trace amid increased government activity around both holes. Mel's disappearance remains a mystery. Some believe government agencies silenced him. Others think he went into hiding or followed the creature into one of the holes. Mel's disappearance sparked ongoing mystery and speculation. His stories of bottomless pits, strange creatures, and burning ice captivated millions, inspiring debates across forums and paranormal groups. Coast to Coast AM, where he first shared his tales, continued receiving inquiries about his whereabouts, but despite efforts, Mel vanished without a trace. The lack of updates fueled theories. Others reported similar pits worldwide, bottomless holes where animals avoided the area and governments showed unusual interest, building a global legend. Scientists grew intrigued by burning ice, which challenged known physics by burning while solid and seemingly altering nearby materials. Its potential impact on energy and science intrigued many beyond Mel's story. The Basque villagers' claims of communicating with the creature from the hole added further fascination, though attempts to record these communications only captured random sounds, deepening the mystery. Speculation on Mel's fate varied. Some thought government forces silenced him due to the secrets he held. Others believed he chose to disappear for safety or to continue research secretly, while some speculated he entered a hole following the creature into another realm. Mel's tale transcended late-night radio, inspiring ongoing curiosity about the unknown forces beneath Earth's surface and the boundaries of science and mystery. Recent scientific advances offer a disturbing potential explanation for Mel Waters' phenomena, centered on dark matter, an invisible substance making up about 85% of all matter in the universe. First theorized in 1922 and confirmed through its gravitational effects, dark matter neither emits nor interacts with light, making it undetectable by conventional means. Scientists at CERN and elsewhere have explored dark matter's nature, proposing it consists of particles such as weakly interacting massive particles, which normally interact weakly with ordinary matter. However, under certain conditions such as damaged or weakened spacetime, dark matter can interact more intensely, creating dark matter intrusion points. These points could alter physical matter's fundamental properties, potentially explaining strange phenomena like the burning ice that remains solid while burning. They might also serve as gateways between our dimension and realms dominated by dark matter, enabling the passage of entities that operate by different physical laws. The creature found in the sheep could represent a life form evolved in a dark matter environment, possessing intelligence and abilities seemingly impossible to us but natural within dark matter physics. It's apparent that communication via electronic devices might reflect understanding beyond current electromagnetic knowledge. These theories connect Mel's mysterious discoveries to cutting-edge physics, offering a framework that intertwines cosmic science with the unexplained events surrounding the holes. Don't miss out on more mind-bending mysteries. Subscribe now and join the journey into the unknown. The government's interest in Mel's discoveries takes on new meaning when viewed alongside dark matter research. If federal agencies were investigating dark matter intrusion points, Mel's public revelations about the hole might have risked exposing sensitive research programs. The confiscation of the 1943 Roosevelt dime is notable. Some researchers, like Richard C. Hoagland, have speculated that the coin could have originated from an alternate timeline or parallel dimension, suggesting these holes might be gateways between different realities. Such ideas remain speculative and are not confirmed. Efforts to remove Mel's property from satellite images and restrict access to the holes suggest a program studying these phenomena discreetly. Witness accounts of military presence align with a high-priority, but unverified, research operation. The burning ice discovery raises concerns. If dark matter can transform matter into unusual substances, burn while solid and alter nearby materials, it might pose risks if uncontrolled, although this remains theoretical. The creature's warnings reported by Basque villagers align with some scientific discussions on dark matter interactions. The idea that civilizations misuse such phenomena is a hypothesis, not a fact. The government's response to the stove incident, involving specialized teams, reflects precautionary measures for hazardous situations, though details are unconfirmed. Overall, this narrative reflects theories and ongoing investigations about complex natural phenomena related to Mel's discoveries, emphasizing the need for further research and caution. The scientific explanation for Mel's hole suggests these phenomena may be part of a larger and complex situation. Dark matter intrusion points could represent weak spots in the fabric of reality, where interactions between our dimension and dark matter alter the nature of matter and energy. Animals reportedly avoiding these locations might indicate instincts recognizing danger beyond human perception. The hole's sound-absorbing properties and apparent bottomless nature could be linked to dark matter's unique physics. Some theories propose that these intrusion points might result from actions by intelligences existing primarily in a dark matter realm. Communications attributed to the creature suggest the possibility of extraterrestrial monitoring of Earth, but these remain unconfirmed hypotheses. If substances like burning ice are involved in larger cosmic phenomena, Mel's discoveries might serve as early indicators of risks that science is still exploring. Government efforts to restrict information could stem from caution to avoid public alarm or misuse. Mel Waters' disappearance fuels speculation about the challenges and risks of investigating such phenomena, whether due to personal choice, external pressure, or unknown factors. His story underscores the mysteries and complexities surrounding these extraordinary events. The story of Mel's hole, whether legend or true, reminds us of the mysteries that challenge our understanding of reality. Recent dark matter research offers a possible framework for these phenomena, revealing risks and unknown forces in the universe. What began as a curious late-night tale has become a glimpse into forces and intelligences beyond our current grasp. Government efforts to suppress information suggest the implications affect national and global security. Whether Mel was a genuine witness or a storyteller, his story captures the human fascination and fear of the unknown. Despite scientific advances, stories like this show that much remains unexplained. The appeal lies in realizing our knowledge is limited. About 85% of matter is invisible and largely unknown, making such phenomena plausible. As we explore dark matter and reality's nature, the truth behind Mel's hole may be stranger and more important than expected. Until then, the story serves as both entertainment and a warning to approach the unknown with curiosity and caution. The mystery may never be fully solved, but its impact on imagination and understanding endures. It reminds us there are still mysteries worth exploring and discoveries that could reshape how we see existence. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.